Well, hello there, everyone, and how are you guys? I hope doing fabulous, yes. Well, before we get into this entertaining video, I would just like to remind you guys to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And what would you like to say with that, Lady Crone?
Baby Crone said it all.
Yes.
Subscribe, like us, and please leave a comment.
Yes. Sunflowers.
Hello, my sunflowers. How are you? Well, with no further ado, you know what this is going to be about. This is going to be about Beyonce, and I'm going to be reading on her. I have no idea, but it is early in the morning. This is like 5 o'clock in the morning, and Baby Crone came home and told me that she's on winter solstice break. Well, child, I tell you, now I don't have to worry about waking her up in the weedy hours of the morning. I don't have to be recording late at night. Baby Crone, baby Crone.
Back to normal.
We are back to normal, at least for the rest of this month. Thank you. So you're about to see more of whatever. That's if stuff is going on, right?
Yes.
If things going on. And I dragged her out of bed. We were up there chit-chatting. I said, let's just go head on and record. What were we doing? Just talking about the facts of life.
Yes, we sure was talking about the facts of life and what I heard in the news.
And what was that?
Just the fact that really about Jay-Z and how, what is his name? Tony Busby.
And I want to read on him. Definitely.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but apparently the rumor goes is that Tony Busby had I won't say targeted, but had a lawsuit against Diddy once with this same person, allegedly how the story goes.
Mm-hmm.
And now this same person is having a lawsuit against Jay-Z. So because of that, I mean, at first Diddy proved that he would have to be not liable or whatever. So I'm not sure how this case with Jay-Z is going to go. Hopefully there's some smoke to this fire. Sorry, Jay-Z.
Well, as for me, I feel like this. Well, I read on Jay-Z. You all, please follow me. Please come to my readings. Please. I enjoy your company and I enjoy your feedback. But nevertheless, I read on Jay-Z, but Beyonce was coming in really, really strong. And I didn't want to make the video about her because his video about her, but I had to go in. So I want to read on Beyonce, and I want to see where she is emotionally, because you all know I read on the soul, S-O-U-L. I'm a soul reader. There are other people who read on the physical. Yes, everything I do is about how you internalize, how you deal with it from the inner you, the you that the world don't see, the real you, the soft you, the hard you, the brutal you, the crying you, the insecure you, the dark you. I read on those things. However, it's by... If I read on something in a now, it's because that is just the way that the spirit is reviewing. Mm-hmm. And it's not that I can do it. That's just not what I do. Baby Crone, does that make sense?
Yeah, it just makes sense.
Can you sum that up for me? Because I need rectifying or clarifying.
That sometimes not all things are like meant to be revealed at that moment at the time of the reading. But also just the fact that when you read on an individual and you do connect with their energy,
their soul.
It
is energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, you pick
soul energy.
Yes, soul energy. You pick up on what the soul energy is feeling, and because of that,
right,
you can take on those characteristics in a way.
And in a way, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, when it come down to people like Kanye West, when it come down to people like Jada Smith, mm-hmm. when it come down to people like Beyonce, I would even say Taylor Swift. I'm just the name of few.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
They're so easy for me to tap in. Mm-hmm. Like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He was another one, just easy. And then there are some that are hard, like Ray J.
Yes.
He's easy to tap in, but he's like a maze, like a trickster, like he's a magician. He's tricky. And another person is like that is, I'm naming people that's here you would know. Who's like that? That commentator. What's his name? I call him the devil. Jason Lee.
Ah, yes. Mm-hmm.
They are open until you get in. Then you just see closed doors everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it isn't that you can't penetrate. It's like they're going to give you a riddle. And you're going to have to be able to answer the riddle to get through. And if you can't, then you can't get through. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is. However, when I read on Jay-Z, he was easy to get through. But I felt with him, he was like a sleeping bear. Like, y'all don't want to wake me up? You don't want to wake up, old ho. That's how I felt with him. Like, it's like, I'm big. I'm here to protect y'all come for me, y'all coming for my family. That's how I felt. I feel this stretching, this feeling of just y'all don't want me. That's how I felt. And this is what I'm getting because it's popping in my head. I hear Jaguar Wright say, I told y'all, see, this is what I see going on in my head. I just see Jaguar just saying, I told y'all. How she knows these things, I don't know. But she knows.
She knows.
And she's either that or she's a seer.
Yet one of those two.
She's either seer, she's a seer, and she sees either that, and she's a seer, and she see the past, present, and future, or maybe she's just here for this. Maybe this is her calling, her time, her season for this. I don't know, because when I read on her, she's easy to read.
Yes.
But with her, it's more like out of respect as a reader. Mm-hmm. You don't want to expose her like that.
Right.
Like she's out trying to do the world a favor. But it depends on who you're looking at. Yeah. Another person I think I read on that I felt was a little difficult, Cat Williams.
Ah, yeah, surprisingly.
He was kind of hard to, he was another one. If you want to come in here, you can come in. You can come in if you want to, but tell me this riddle. It's like some of them not easy. Mm-hmm. And some of them so easy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some are so easy. What about Oprah? Oprah easy. But you have to really be spiritual.
Oh.
She speaks in a spiritual way. You have to be able to meet her spiritually, even to get in. Does that make sense?
Fair enough.
She comes on a spiritual level. So it's not that you can't get in. See, these things are just nature by law, because we are all energies of light. Mm-hmm. Okay. So light bear witness to light. So it's a language that's speaking, but it's not with words. It's just energy. Am I making this sense? Yeah. Well, anyway, maybe I went out into the never ether land, because that is what the planet, Mercury, no, not Mercury, Neptune is the one filled with ether, put you to sleep, ethereal.
Yeah.
That's Pluto. No, not Pluto. Neptune.
Yeah, Neptune is the one that puts you to sleep.
And who is that? Who signed it? What house is that?
The 12th house, which is the house of Pisces.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm in the house of Pisces and very Neptunish. So I'm just going to come out of that and let's see. So like I said, I see Tina Knowles. What I see about Tina Knowles is she's very protective over Beyonce. However, I see that everything I say and said is allegedly. So I'm going to speak freely because everything I say is allegedly. Okay. I wanted to go live, but Baby Crone said no. Okay, because I really wanted you to see this was raw. But nevertheless, whatever it is we're not cutting anything, even unless it's something really disgusting, we have to be cut. Well, I doubt that, right?
Right.
What do I see is what I see right now, her mother is very controlling, very domineering.
Mm-hmm.
And Beyonce take a lot after the mother. However, I do see Solange, but for whatever reason, she must be the sensitive one because she takes on the sickness.
Oh, okay.
Like it's an energy of a family. She's taking on the sickness of the weight of the family because these things I speak are spiritual and they are spiritually discerned. Okay. Beyonce was groomed and made from the time when they realized that they had a little prodigy on their hand. They made sure it was real by letting her sing in front of people, teachers, whatever. When they realized that they had a prodigy, they focused themselves on Beyonce. This is why Tina, what's her mother name?
Yeah, Tina.
Tina said, I got them therapy because they were displaying problems then. It was a separation who they belonged to. And I bet your bottom dollar, like Soul Train, okay. This goes back.
Okay.
I'm taking, this is not a future thing. I'm back in time, past, present, and future. I'm reading, but I'm reading in time, Shatta. So what I see is this goes back in a time, like in that time. And I think that the younger envy her. But the younger became more of the father and like a family split. Mm-hmm. During times of crisis, you don't break up, but you become more my mama's child and you become more my daddy's child. You more like me. It's not a bad thing.
No.
And so when you see that aggression, in Solange.
Yes, you do.
You see it because she got it, but you see the more passive behind the work. I gotta be careful. Behind the scenes, you see somebody clawing. I'm gonna get my daughter. I'm gonna make sure nobody come to my daughter. You're gonna have to get to me. You see that with the mother. So this is what Beyonce has been done. So she shields behind her dirt. You can't see what she does.
No, you can't.
That's why so when you say, I don't even understand, like back in the day, I'm like, why she be with Jay-Z? Because that's her nature. Oh, come on, you don't understand. That's her nature. We are drawn to our nature. So you would say, well, how do you know? Because they've been flourishing. Mm-hmm. If you look at their Zodiac, oh my God, they got so much stuff in common.
Yes.
And yet they got something that's a gulf against them that says they are not to be. Let me go another way. In their Zodiac sign, from the way that I understand and from the way that baby Crone and I look at it, it's like their relationship is a freak of nature.
Yes.
Like it was meant to be, but all at the same time should not have been.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
And that's studying her Zodiac. I think we talked about it.
Yes, we did talk about that.
So when I'm thinking about it before I pull these cards randomly, I just want to go back in history so we can catch up. So the mother and the father started having problems in their relationship in the past when these girls was young. I don't know. I'm getting this. I want to say back as far as 5, 6, and 7. No, I think a little further, maybe 8, because I'm looking at Beyonce. I should say when the little girl, when her sister Solange was 5, 6, 7, back at 8. That made Beyonce. No, because I don't see Beyonce as a grown girl. I see Beyonce. How old are they apart? Because I see Beyonce as 8 or 9. Then how old was Solange? I could even say a baby. I just need to know their years apart. I'm seeing this thing. Mm-hmm. And Solange carried the brunt of it. This is a spiritual thing. It's like, you know how you have, even though you what?
Interesting.
What?
It says Beyonce Knowles is about 5 years older
There it
than her
is.
sister Solange.
So when Solange was 5, because I kept on saying 5 and 6. So when Solange was 5, Beyonce was 10. And the problems started coming and showing around those years. Now, I don't know when they got therapy, but it started because the mother didn't have time for the little girl. It wasn't, I like to think it's not personal. It's like we're trying, this is our lottery ticket. And they believed in her. And also, I'm getting a sense, oh, baby Crone, please, you're distracting. Because I can pick up the energy from your phone.
Oh, okay.
I can see the energy sourcing through your phone. So could you put it down? Your heat is causing it to sorry. What I see, either that or it was some kind of prediction that was said that this was going to be for Beyonce. I don't know if that makes sense. Either it was, let me speak it in a Christian term or religious term. It was prophesied that this child shall be great. It was something like that because it made the mother, or she was hearing it, so she knew she had to do something. So even though the father was the manager, the mother was the voice behind the scene.
Right.
Just like that's when you look at Beyonce, you're really looking at Beyonce because that's what her mother name is.
Yes.
That tripped me out.
Yes.
And like they said, why would you want to hold on to Larson when that's not your name? That's Beyonce's name. Why don't you really say your name is Beyonce? Because what you have is Beyonce. And what is the magic in it? She created Beyonce. She lives, breathes Beyonce. And that daughter lived in that, always feeling a little inferior, but also feeling sorry for Beyonce as being trapped behind the wall. As in, you're the moneymaker, you're the pressure of it all. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying I could see that.
Does that make sense? That's what I'm seeing. What else do I see? I also see that the father was consumed, and I think because of the destruction, that's the word, but the disorder of the house was so strong that the mother was the tyrant. She was the bully. She was the one who said. And need I say, you don't have to agree. Everything I say is allegedly, because this is what I see. It's sometimes we know men are men and will be men. And if I say it, I don't want to say it in a bad way. Sometimes women can be so hard that you can run a man to another woman, not meaning to. Right. By closing your legs and saying no, by being too busy, by being a Martha who's so busy about everything, about Beyonce, about this, about that. You're just busy and you think that they safe, and it's 3 months gone by, but you think they safe.
Yeah.
You think it's good. And so once they had the taste of the nectar, then you forgive them, then it become a perpetual thing. But you got to remember where it started. Sometimes we like to act on what is instead of seeing where that problem originates. What I'm saying to you is the problems with the Knowles go so deep.
It does.
And it's affecting the kids. So why are we surprised that she would marry Jay-Z? Because Jay-Z is like a male figure of her mother. The daughter, she had a child, she got married, her husband left her. Like the father, come on.
That's true.
You see it? So here, it's like now Tina is starting to rise up and speak.
She is.
Because now it's like, you're not going to turn down my daughter. But remember, Beyonce she's a Virgo. I don't know what her other sign is, but I know that she had the potential to start drama and stay in the background and act like she's squeaky clean.
Mm-hmm.
That's just who she is. That's just her nature. Some people, you ever notice in life, some people, they can say anything, do anything. They never get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's the type of person, she just don't get caught. And because Jay-Z opened her up into this world, but it's no way that the world, if he goes down, if he goes down, she's going with him, because there's a big portion of the world that know they've been in this long. You can't tell me she didn't know.
Yes.
You can't tell me she didn't participate in some things.
Mm-hmm.
That's fact.
Yes, that's fact. Beyonce's moon sign is a Scorpio.
Don't tell me that is Pluto.
Mm-hmm. And Mars.
Explain that combination. You don't want that combination.
You definitely don't want that combination.
Because you got warring, and then all of a sudden you got death. Pluto is the planet of death.
It is.
And sickness.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that has to do with an ending.
Yeah.
Go ahead, baby Crone. I think I said it, but that's okay. You could take them deep. I'm sorry.
Okay. No,
I just was showing off, letting them know I'll be doing my homework. Go ahead.
Yeah. Honestly, that's the best way to describe Pluto, because once you really feel Pluto's energy, you know you're in that transformation phase, that you are going to come out a completely different person.
And let you know something else about Pluto. Pluto is so far away. You can't see him coming.
No.
It's in the outer darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cold. It is so far away that when it finally is upon you, you don't even know. You're in the crisis.
Yes.
And this is what I'm saying. And what about Tina, her mother?
Let's see. Tina Zodiac.
So
sign?
we have Beyonce is air and water.
No, earth and water.
Virgo. You're right. And I got Virgo too. I was born in the house of Virgo. What is her mother? Go ahead. With that look, go ahead.
First off, Tina Knowles was born January 4th. There goes the number 4, because Jay-Z is born on December 4th. So I just found that.
Didn't I tell you that it was some kind of magical thing? Told you. Go ahead.
Her mom's a Capricorn.
The Balfour back. Tell me.
Yes. The dominant.
Tell me. Did I not? And what's her? She gotta have something solved. She gotta have. Please, it's gotta be Sagittarius. Oh Lord, no, it can't be. That would be too bad. That would be too powerful. No, what is? She gotta have water. Is it water? Oh no, fire.
No, also a Capricorn. She was born on a new moon.
Wow. So she knew Beyonce was the new thing that would come through her gene.
You're right, because the moon represents the lineage.
The moon represents the lineage, and the moon is the mother nature and the nurturing. So she knew that something great was coming in her, was coming through her. Her ancestors probably told her. She knew. Usually, when you know when you're dealing in spiritual families, because they usually tell you who you are.
Yes.
Like, they'll tell you you're the pretty one, you're the wise one. They may be wrong. They're not wrong in what they said, but people could get caught up in the life.
Yes.
And never complete. But I grew up in a family that they told me who I was. And because they told me who I was, I didn't like it. I found that I was 18 years old when my mother put that blessing on me and told me who I was. When my mother told me who I was, I turned my head and cried. Okay. My mother told me, this is what my mother said. Is it all right that I say it?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to read the cards. You sure it's okay? It's kind of embarrassing. I don't even know if I should say it because it's so embarrassing. Okay. My mother said, you're the pretty one. You're going to marry a rich white man. Every time I think about it, I'm in shock of horror. And when my mother spoke that over me, I mean, she was telling them, you're going to be great. You're going to do, she was going around and they were right. She was right. But, you know, I always felt like I was the litter, the sickness of the litter, because I suffer with a lot of allergies and stuff, but I didn't know. But anyway, she gets to me and she says, and you're the pretty one. You're going to be married to a rich white man. When my mother said that to me, honestly, I could have fell through the floor and had a heart attack. My heart sank. Honestly, I turned my head. And I fought back tears.
I definitely understand.
I literally felt like, why didn't you say you're going to be a doctor? I was like, because if you would have spoke that over me, I would have done that. I would have been whatever she spoke of me. But when she spoke of that of me, it made me feel so broken. It made me feel like, are you kidding? So you may say, well, what is the difference in feeling that way? Well, if you growed up and you're the pretty one, then you're the standout one. Then that means you're not the like one. That means you're different. That means you're way different than everybody else.
You're not like them.
You're not like us. So to be called out on the one thing, being pretty, wasn't a good thing. So yikes, not good. And not only, and you're going to marry the enemy, a white man? Whoa! But you'll be rich, don't worry. That
was the positive outlook.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Mama, forgive me. You won't see this anyway because you're a Christian. So anyway, I shared that. But anyway, so I'm saying all that to say, how family can label you. And this is a prime example of this family. And now, as you know, in spite of her sickness, and I can identify with this, even in the most broken time when she needs to be closer to her family, she moved all the way out to, where is it? New York. What is it? Upper New York. Mm-hmm. What is it? She just moved, as a matter of fact. I just did a reading on her. And she moved away from Hollywood, away from Florida, away from she moved all the way up in Connecticut, I think.
Oh, man.
Solange, it's on there. It's in a reading. And I said, why would she move to the cold weather?
You did say that.
Why? That's like she moved somewhere where there are 4 seasons. And so you could see the breakdown in her family. And what I ask is this, as I read the cards. I understand Beyonce is on the go. But I also want to know is, why is the mother always there with Beyonce
always,
when Solange is the sick one? But Solange made that bold move. You couldn't find it. When Solange made that bold move, she moved and separated herself from the family, no matter what. Because when you love your family, you want to stay in close proximity.
That is true.
You don't move far away, miles and miles away, where they can't just jump on a plane. They can jump on a plane and do whatever they want. And maybe that's the way she did.
She moved to a little town called Nyack.
And?
Nyack, where's Rockland?
No, I want to know the state.
Oh, yeah, Nyack, New York.
Told you. Then she moved and I've told you all the way over there. Mm-hmm. So anyway, this is Beyonce. Let's go and see. So right now, when I see Beyonce, I just wanted to go back and get some history about what I seen. Now we're coming to today. So now when I see Beyonce, I definitely see Beyonce I see Beyonce turning her back on a lot of things. It's like warring time. I also see that time when it's like light, but you still see the moon. It's not fully, but you can see the light coming in, but you can still see the moon. So I still see a perplexity of mind. I still see her car. She's guarded, but only her chest is guarded because the place where she gives birth is not guarded. So I definitely see her in the mother role. I still see that her being a mother and that family thing that they have, that's going to be hard to break. Anyway, she might say, my heart may be cold to him, but my baby, the part where I gave babies, and even if you look at this woman, she looks pregnant.
Yeah.
But she's not. She's not. She could be, but I don't think she's pregnant because I see a 2. And it could be for mother and child.
Yeah,
but this is how the cards are reading to me. But in this perplexity, this is spiritual talking. In her perplexity, I do still see the moon. So therefore, there is still darkness there. There's still things are not clear with her. I still see that her legs are open. With yellow shoes that let me know that she's still intimate with him. There's intimacy going on. But I see a white mice too. Because just when I looked over, I saw white mice run across my floor. And I know we don't have no white mice here. Okay? Here I see a contract. And whenever I do see the 3 of Pentacles, I already know that has to deal with business. That has to deal with, they like to say apprenticeship. No, I like to see there's partnership. There is somebody that where they are bound, that somebody on a higher level looking down at their partnership, their businesses. So that's what I see. I see business. That's what I see. They have business. It is important because she's like, oh my God, I don't know what is going to become of our business. What is going to become of our partnership? Mm-hmm. What? Oh, I can only imagine when you're working with that kind of money. My God. That's true. Again, the card showed up lovers for him and showed up again lovers. So here it is. So there we go. They are still intimate. They are bound together intimately. They are still intimate, even though they have a kooky relationship. But they've earned it because they've been together for so many years. You know how many years? They've been married for over 10 years. When you've been with somebody over 10 years, you earned the right to have a kooky relationship. Whatever it has to do, that's going to protect your kids. Remember, she's a Virgo. So that's the house of mothering. That's the house of nurturing. Am I correct, baby?
Yes.
That's the house of siblings and children. So she's a mother, and a mother wants to say, I don't want my children broken. And sometimes mothers make compromises with daddies, and sometimes daddy make compromises with mommies so we can stay together for family's sake.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And sometimes the in-laws don't like it. Mm-hmm. But you'll know because they'll still be standing. And this couple has been together how long?
16 years.
I feel a song. Inseparable.
Yeah. It gave it even better. They've been married for 16 years and together for more than 20 years.
And probably they have been knowing each other ever since she probably was 17 years old. How old is Riri? And how old is Beyonce? I think Beyonce is 43 years old. How old is Riri? 39, 40?
Beyonce's 34. I'm sorry, 43. Just turned 43 at that. I could have sworn she was older than that.
Really?
Yeah, I thought she was pushing 45, honestly.
She could be because they lied about her age. But if it is, it's only going to be a year or two.
And Rihanna is, 36. Be 37 in February.
What's their year difference? 5?
Let's see. 7.
So she's close with her sister. Can you pause that for a minute?
All right.
Sorry about that. Now, I forgot where I left off. I had to take a minute to get something, but nevertheless, I'm back. So what I see here, I'm going to start here with the lovers. So that lets me know that no matter what, she's blocked. She's in between. She's here with this man she's known forever. And for any woman out there that knows somebody all your life, it could be your best friend. It's hard to pull that. That's cheese at this point. That's like melted Parmesan. You got to do all of that just to get it to separate. They're cheese. And when I say cheese, I mean it's something that melts together. You have to bake it. It's crumbly, but you bake it. And once you bake it, that stuff just covers everything.
Yeah.
You know, so that's like they are to me. They like cheese, like even though they had the rough times and the hard time, it's going to be something pulling this thing apart if they separate. And they know it, because here you see the relationship, you see it, and here you see negotiations here. And come on, and you see the lovers. So let's see what is coming in their near future. I want to know what is there to look at. What is this? We see financial.
Yes.
Business. What did you call it, baby? I need you on point. You doing it, babe. Baby Crone always come to me after we finish and say, I be like, why do you say that? So I'm going to just be calling her up on it. So please, just bear with me when we do it, because I want her to start thinking in her now. Now, Baby Crone, what do you see? You see the negotiation. Yes. You see it clear as day. And we know it because somebody is standing up above them, looking at them while they have stuff in their hands presenting. And they have plenty. However, there is a love between them, even though it's bondage, even though it's deception, even though it's mixed with a whole lot. Because remember, this is the 6, and the 6 goes to the house of the devil. Come on, right? And we know that the number 6 shows up after 5. And where we know that no matter where you look at the number 5, it's always drama. It's always chaos, because it doesn't have a partner when you look at it, because it represents also as the fool. That's why at that 5 right there, you have the Hierophant. Why? Because you need guidance right now. That means you done cooked, you baked, you done did everything. Now you're trying to move on. And right now, where I see, Baby Crone, when this is all said and over, I'm going to just lay these few cards, and I just want a number on these few cards, okay?
Okay.
I want a number. I'm going to go old school. I want a number. And I want you to bring it all the way down to its basic common denominator.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, we have a 3. Well, we have a 2. We have a 3. And we have a 6. Now, I want to know 2, 3, 6.
Gotcha.
Now I'm going to go. So I really want to know what is going on, what is to come, what is to become of her. We got the foundation. We got some parts of their history, right? And I truly believe whatever religion Beyonce, and that's in her gene, that's in her DNA. I think it was calling her.
Yes.
I truly do. And I believe being married to Jay-Z, which is very spiritual. Sagittarius can be very, very spiritual.
Yes.
And very, very intuitive, and it doesn't shock me that he would get into something like that. He's probably very enlightened. He's probably a very enlightened individual. Would you agree, baby?
Yes, I would
that
agree.
Just comes along with it. Very enlightened, very traveled, very educated, even though he may not be educated as far as the United States say. He's an educated man. He may not even be able to read a college level book, but he's an educated man. Right. And he is a force to reckon with. In his read, it came off like a bear. Right? When I read Diddy, he came off like a rat.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on. Go back and look at my reading.
That is true.
He came off like a big fat rat. And people are scared of rats.
People are scared of rats.
They will bite you. They will attack you. Not that I've ever seen a rat in real life. I don't know if I could. I don't know. I've heard people say rats can be big as cats. I don't know. All I know is when I seen the movie Willard or Ben, it just Willard, when he had the rats. And their tails, they remind me of raccoons. I just don't know. Well, anyway, let's go up. I got caught again. Baby, come what you see.
I see.
Because we see sword on sword again. Yes, so we see where X she is. Go ahead, baby, come. Go ahead, take it.
What I see is this. They are taking this.
This is Beyonce. This is Beyonce.
Beyonce is approaching this situation with maybe a new lens, or maybe trying to think of it creatively or outside of the box, maybe.
What I see chaos. I see mental chaos. I see a child mind. Somebody here, this is her, on the outside, very concerned because this is new. This is something she ain't been through. This is unexpected. Remember, it's a 2. Before you have a 2, you have a 1. And before you have a 1, what? You have a 0. So you have the fool, and then you have the magician. And the magician is what? Number 1. So she's in the 2 place of what? The high priestess. Come on. So when we looking at this card, we already see the darkness she's in. Mm-hmm. And so instead of her here as a woman on the outer side, she's darkened. But on the inside, it shows up with bellowing clouds. It shows up with her looking down. It seems like everything, it's like she's on a peak. It's like everything is bigger than her right now. Mm-hmm. Everything is bigger. Everything. She's got her sword, but she don't even know where to swing because she's so tangled in this marriage.
Yes.
She tangled. She's that cheese, that Parmesan, that thick Parmesan. When you say, more cheese, please. Not Bavella. No, that orange. No, Parmesan. That you got to, you be, especially when it's hot, it just can keep pouring. Well, that's what I see as an imagination. So I hope you like cheese and I hope you like pizza.
Yes.
Okay. So now, oh my God. She is done.
Yeah.
Done. She's to the world, she's composed. Mm-hmm. But you ain't gonna be really seeing her right now.
Okay.
There's mama. I was like, where is her mama? Her mama comes in the future. Here we are in the future. So the future is when? 5 minutes from now. The future is when? 5 seconds. But we know her mama stepped in as the king.
Yes.
As wands, as in fighting. And she's looking at her daughter. She's looking at the situation. She's looking at her son-in-law. She's looking at them. She's been with them for years. She's been immersed in it. She traveled with them. She's all in their house. She take pictures with them. That's Beyonce. Beyonce. Come on here. Beyonce. And Beyonce. Yeah. I guess the reason why she didn't want to name herself Beyonce, because she didn't really want the world to know that I'm really Beyonce, right. that is really me. Beyonce is everything that I could have been, everything I want to be. But maybe I didn't sing as good, but Beyonce is me. I don't know if I make sense. You understand what I'm saying? Like you guys, like some people say when their children make, that is me. I did that. That's what I see. That's what I see. That is me. Beyonce is me. Now, I'm not trying to start no trouble, and I'm not trying to fight no battles, and I'm certainly not trying to cause no inconsistencies. Okay. But as a reader, I ask one question: where is Solange?
That's honestly a good question. Where is she?
If you that consumed, I have yet to see her mother come out and say, my baby girl's sick, pray for her. I have yet to see it, but yet she's out. What y'all saying about my Beyonce? Mm-hmm. She out there fighting the curling and the flag, the victory flag. Don't mess with me.
Yeah, the favoritism's a little bit too.
You see it. Mm-hmm. When my daughter came out, and I truly believe that was a deterrent to get us focused. I just saw through that. But after the daughter did that, after Solange did that, she moved.
Yep.
You don't hear about her. You don't do anything. As she's struggling.
Yes.
But where's her mother fighting for what? Beyonce. Mm-hmm. So we see the mother's involved.
Okay.
Here, I see very strong. I see Beyonce, but let me see if that's Beyonce. Let me see. No, I see very strong characters. Let me read the numbers. I got a 4.
Mm-hmm.
And a number 5. And that's it. That's it.
Oh, wow. A lot of people
cards. A lot of people cards. A lot of people cards. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We had the 4 stages of Beyonce. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you're in the same group, then you are, that's all about you. That's how I read my card. So at the bottom, at the very base, who is Beyonce? Beyonce is a king who just lost right now. She's a king. She's direct. She's in your face. Remember, she's the incarnation of her mama. If you believe in such a thing.
Yes.
Does that make sense? You ever see somebody, they say, you're just like your daddy.
Yes.
You're just like her. She just like her mama. She just like her. And that's why Beyonce don't speak, because Beyonce can be honestly blunt. So sometimes she can be heartless. So this is why it's best she doesn't speak. Because she will either say too much or be judged on what she said. Not because she doesn't have a voice. That's clear. But sometimes some people, when they under stress, they just start saying anything. They can't hide their emotions. And that's what I think about Beyonce. Unless she has some kind, which just came in my mind, unless you could give her a drink or something. And I'm not saying anything negative. Unless you could give her a drink and calm her before she goes. You know, I see her like a type of person that just to take a drink to chill. Like, I need to calm down. But actually, I felt like I need to calm the F down. That's what give me a drink. Give me a drink. That's what I see. Now, that may not be true, but that's what I see. I have to stay sober-minded. And above else, if Beyonce also is letting me know, if I'm not known for my singing, I am known for the best entertainer of the world. This is how she feels. You can take and balk. There are great singers. She's bowing down. But nobody can put on a show like I can. I feel as though she gloat in that. She float in that. And her singing is just a bonus. Yes. You know, this is why when they brought Blue Ivy in, people was expecting to see another Beyonce. Yes. But when they saw she's just a little girl that's not got the rhythm, it's like, Beyonce, what you doing? Beyonce is like, this is what she want to do. I'm letting her in. This everybody else do it. But what we do, she is not a Beyonce. Clearly, she doesn't have the skills, but we seen her grow.
Yes, we did.
But she is not a Beyonce. That's not her calling. But she was good for her age.
Right.
Now, when she's 20 years old or 18, will she be? Yes. But remember, that's not her calling.
Right.
She can become perfected at it, but that's not her calling. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does make sense.
You know, sometimes we walk in things that's not our place. We ought not be there, but we learn to be good at it. We taught ourselves to be good at it, but that does not mean where we are. And many of us get caught up in that. We work jobs and live lives that we ought not do because we're good at something. We learn to be good at something, but that ain't even your heart. So right here, this is what I see. In conclusion for this, before I pull out my next, I see the king. And what I see is the king. I see somebody she's very stern, very direct, very focused, especially when it comes down to business. She's very astute. She's always aware of what's going on. You see those birds here? You see them?
Yeah.
Right here, you don't see no birds.
No.
But right here, you see a lot of birds. And what that's telling me is that right now she's listening to too many voices. Right now, as she's blocking out the voices, the birds. So she's not listening to anybody. It's like I'm on act mode. I can't think right now. I can't hear what anybody's saying right now. Turn off the news. Turn it off. I can't think right now. You see nothing talking. But up in her head, you see in her presence that it's there, and she's putting up a barrier to keep it at bay. And up here, there's a flock of birds, right? Yes. So there's a gossip. There's a lot of gossip. So there's a lot of stuff going on in her head. But here she took a blank. Her mother steps in, and right below her, she's grounding herself again. Mm-hmm. She's back. She's listening because you could see here 2 birds. Back to that number 2 again. Back to her mother is getting her grounded. Focus. You see it?
Yeah.
And so we see that it comes in like, okay, I'm about my money business because that's what it was about. So it's like, okay, it's about getting my money. But I also see that this is a loss. This will be a loss.
Okay.
However, a loss you could feel, but not a loss of everything. In other words, whatever go on with their love, it will be some kind of loss felt, but not everything. Because right behind her, there are 2 cups left. Right. So whatever that 5 meant, it ain't over. It's still love there in this relationship. And I'm telling you, that's that cheese. Does that make sense, baby?
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
That's the way it came to me. So let's see the outcome. What was their number?
Yes, the number was a 20, which is a 2.
And when you think of a 2, and in this card, a number 2, and the cards start with a 2. So that lets me know when you have a 2, you're not alone.
That's true.
No matter what, you're not alone. Mm-hmm. So that lets me know that she still loves Jay-Z. I don't care what she say. And if they separate, something is going to happen that is going to cause a great loss. I see it. It's not a great loss. It's going to be some kind of loss, some kind of decision, some kind of decision. Did I have another 5? No.
Oh, yes. Oh, no.
No. I had a lot of 4. I had 1. I had a 4. I don't have my glasses. I had a 6.
Right.
So I have a 4. I have a 2. Let's see what we have. We have a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
2, 3. We have a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mm-hmm. So that lets me know that everything is going to work out and everything is the way it ought to be. Mm-hmm. Because I definitely see the 5. But all is not lost. And it's over there in the future where the love is, but the mother has stepped in. And it makes me wonder, do the mother want their relationship to end?
That's a good question. I'd be surprised.
Yes.
I'm surprised.
You wouldn't think so.
Yeah, you would not think so at all.
No, it's like she wants that relationship. She wants Beyonce.
Let me guess, is it because they're too similar since they're both born on the day of the 4? You would think that would
the 4 only show me in this case is that they both have sticking powers.
Okay.
Like the mother's like, you're not going to get rid of me. Only death can separate me from my child. So that meant as long as Jay-Z been married, he's been married to Beyonce and Beyonce. He was married to both of them women. Beyonce.
Yep. Beyonce.
So before I pull out, let me just see what they have to say about that. Because her mother is definitely in it. And it settles her. Her daughter listens to her mother. She's very close to her mother. Very, very close. Her mother got a lot of power over her. A lot of power.
Yeah, I can believe it.
A mountain. So it seems to me that the mother does want to block this. She does see Jay-Z as a problem. She does. Remember, this woman don't have a problem in divorcing.
That's true.
So this is something she feels as though that he's a hindrance. He's destroying you. This is a mountain in your life. You need to, I can't see it. You need to elevate, get high, come from underneath him. He's taking you down. Mm-hmm. What do you see?
Yeah, most definitely. I see with this heartbreak card right here in the mountain. that definitely there was some heartache towards
Mm-hmm.
something coming in the middle or in between or
Mhm.
separating.
Here for the end, I have house. So their house is being affected. I also saw busybody. The mother is a big thing in their relationship.
Yeah.
She has a big thing and that have to do with their relationship. She's dominating the relationship. And the next person that's dominating over her is the king. And that's Beyonce, who's getting strong, who's her mother is there to wipe away them tears and to snap her back into her right frame of mind and say, girl, ain't no time to have a nervous breakdown now. Get it together.
You're right.
Pull on your string. Call on those shoes. Yeah. Pull on them. Pull on that water guard. Pull on them. Yeah, that's what I see. And I see birds. Again, there's a lot of talking. There's a lot of things. And it's too much talking. It's too much chattering going on. This is what I said from the very beginning. There's a lot of chattering. There's a lot of talking. And it says stop. And that's what she's doing. Stop and listen. In other words, Beyonce, stop listening to your mother. Stop listening to everybody. Stop. Take this time to listen and make your own decision. Trust your own self. This is where you're on your own now. When if this thing is true, then you're going to be in it. And your mother may not be able to help you. Learn to think on your own. Make your own decision. You do, but be able to make a decision without checking with mama and making sure, because mama has been a busybody in that house.
Yes.
That mama live in that house. That mama is that home. That's mama dwelling place. Wherever Beyonce is, Beyonce is.
Yes.
Beyonce. And like I said, this card is saying, consider the source. Beyonce, consider the source. And Beyonce feels like I'm in it too.
Okay.
So she's dealing with the inner feelings, her inner demons. Yep. She's got the support, yes, but she's dealing with her inner feelings. I think things are going to work in her favor, but she's going to have to play this right. This is what I see. I guess I was trying to pull the cards because I wanted to see what I wanted to see. Okay. But what the cards are saying is the mother is a very dominant force in her life. The mother here shows up as a male, as very masculine energy. Here shows up as a busybody. Here it shows up again, masculine energy. Here I see Beyonce. It's Beyonce house. So you got all these powers around her talking. She's already perplexed. She's in a frenzy. I don't know where she's at, but she's still there because it's showing up. But it's like you have the support. Yeah. Even though you have the support, you're going to have to make the decisions on your own. Mm-hmm. And I think this is where Jay-Z comes in. Think on your own. Make your own decisions. Don't listen to what your mother say on everything. Make your own decisions. Mm-hmm. And then this is where I see maybe it's too much talking. Do I have to choose between what my mother wants? Do I choose what my husband wants? What do I want? And I think she's called to this. And I think that the son, and I think if she can find the balance in this, I think she can find some sort of peace to quiet the voices inside. Because I got to pick from the middle, and then it's my last time. Uh-huh. Oh, it's just not going to do it. So, like I said, this is something that's old. It's been there a long time. And I think that they emerge and like a tower moment, it comes down just to be rebuilt again. So the old structure, the old paradigm is coming down in their marriage right now, and decisions have to be made. And will she do what her mother say? Leave Daddy, get a divorce, he's a block in your life? or will she stay and say I'm in it because we still gonna be that cheese? Well, that's my read. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a lot, I know, but I really had a lot to say on this. And with that being said, if you like it, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, well, please, we could really use it. Please subscribe. And if you have a comment, please, I always answer my comments. It means a lot to me. And with that being said, I see you soon. Oh, sunflowers.